Ever since she was revealed, Misty has been a fan favorite for her adorable design and her relatable character. And she arguably is the most developed character on all of MLP G5. She literally went from a caterpillar who didn't know anything, to a cocoon in which she questioned and changed, to a full-on butterfly. She was introduced in Chapter 2 of Make Your Mark. Well, we saw her in the teaser at the end of Chapter 1, but I don't count that. She first talked at the start of Chapter 2. Back then, merely Opaline subordinate and spy, not even thinking about how what she was doing could be wrong. In Episode 2, we go deeper into her relationship with Opaline. It's clear that she basically has no control over her own actions, following Opaline's orders to a T. Her own thoughts get played down by Opaline, not even giving most of her ideas a chance. Basically acting like her thoughts aren't worth anything if she doesn't know for sure. She didn't really appear in Episode 4, but there's something in Episode 5. Opaline acknowledges Misty's lack of a cutie mark, and of course uses that to confirm her superiority and control. It makes sense that Misty hasn't even thought about going past Opaline. She thinks she needs Opaline. But I won't go into that too much. I made a video about that after Chapter 2 came out. The gist of it is that Opaline controls Misty through a toxic kind of parental bond. We have seen her caterpillar stage, completely on Opaline's side, not questioning anything. In that state, she was found by Izzy, and invited to the group. This was her first time actually being part of something. She starts weaving her cocoon. At first, she is very hesitant, but the warm feeling of friendship and ponycorn puts her at ease. She still clings onto Opaline's teachings, but the enjoyment she got out of hanging out with the Main 5 has started her reformation process. That Opaline treats her like she is worth nothing helps too. Even Misty starts to realize that that's not how ponies usually treat each other, but only after experiencing kindness and friendship for the first time in her life. That pony probably had a severe lack of hugs while being raised by Opaline. This progress kinda gets set back a little in Who've Done It, due to being under heavy suspicion from Zip. She is really bad at hiding her intentions. If especially Izzy wasn't so trusting from the start, Zip would have figured out everything way earlier than she actually did. The final episode of the chapter gave her time to think, and contemplate what she actually is doing. She comes so close to achieving her goal, but in the end, doesn't achieve it. But what she does is talk. She tells us and Sparky about her feelings. A listener can really help with most issues. Talking about them, as well as having a second opinion on things, can help figure out what's really going on, and what to do. Misty seems to learn from that experience, because she builds herself a little companion 2 chapters later, but we'll get into that in time. This talk with Sparky shows how much she already struggles. She wants to support Opaline, the pony who raised her, but she also doesn't want to harm an innocent creature like Sparky, or hurt her new friends. These feelings get shown stronger when she is back at the castle. We can see the fear in her eyes. Fear is part of what's controlling her, but it's also a big incentive for the eventual betrayal. She wants to get away from that fear. She wants to be free. For some pony made of fire, she never met a heart so cold. That's the quote that explained how bad she was feeling around her supposed mother figure. She has spun her cocoon now. It is time for the changing process to a butterfly. Most of that happens in Make Your Mark, but she had a few important appearances in Tell Your Tale, mostly just showing Opaline's control over her and failed attempts to kidnap Sparky. Only a recent one had a significance. Episode 53, as the Misty clears. She takes a big step away from Opaline when she threw away the amulet that connected the two. It was the first decision that actually defied Opaline, of which there will be more really soon. We also see her dealing with something that seems like a struggle of having 2 separate personalities. One with the urge to help Opaline, one with a normal moral compass that wants to defy her. Chapter 4 is where it's really at. In almost every episode we get some Misty scenes that show her struggle and reformation process. She has built herself this mentioned friend, and even if it won't respond, talking is good. She doesn't know what to do, and she needs a push, even if her tendency at that point is still towards helping Opaline. The Jinxie games change her mind. She didn't really feel like part of a group before, but now she finds out that they see her as a friend. A deciding factor for her to decide once again that she doesn't want to steal Sparky. There has to be another way. 1 episode later, she decides how she's gonna do that. She's gonna leave Opaline. She just doesn't know how. She has chosen to break out of her cocoon. And during the masquerade ball, she tries and gets roped into the ball. She is still trying to figure things out, but while she does, she bonds with Zip. Revealing her lack of a cutie mark, she opens up to a friend, and this makes her feel more like part of the group. And this gets symbolized by her joining in on the dance routine. Then there's also Alphabet's reaction to Misty, but that's a theory for another day. A little horsey shows that there is still some loyalty to Opaline left when she tells her that Zip has figured everything out. That was probably why they moved so fast and kidnapped Sparky immediately. Misty was probably pressured into acting immediately, but that kicked off the last step in her reformation. Her breaking free from the cocoon and revealing herself to be a new butterfly. Her cutie mark really is expertly chosen. The analogy of the development of a butterfly is perfect. She feels bad for Sparky, he is in pain, and she knows it. That was the push she needed. She gets domain 5. Even if she, likely unknowingly, leads them into a trap. But she knows what she did all the time was wrong. She wants to help. She wants to be on the right side. That sentiment makes her choose domain 5, frees them, and gets her what she always wanted, a cutie mark. That was the only incentive Opaline had for her, and now that that's gone, her struggle is overcome, and she is the butterfly she was always meant to be. The symbols of that are her cutie mark as well as her new main color. We haven't heard exactly why she chose to change her main, but it's very likely that she wanted to leave her old, evil self behind. She wants to be a new pony with a new color. Now that there are new main 6, G5 can really start. But she still has one step ahead of her, forgiving herself. The rest of them likely have forgiven her already, but I assume that she won't be satisfied until they stopped Opaline. And it's possible that she will be the key to defeating her as a sort of implied double agent. It's debatable how she will stay undiscovered, with the new cutie mark and the main color change, that she will need to explain to Opaline. But it's possible. From caterpillar, to cocoon, to butterfly. It's one of the best reformations in MLP. No sudden change of heart, but actual progress over time. The story is far from over, but this was a huge plus for G5 and its writing. They have proven that they can write good storylines. Let's see if they can keep that up in the already announced future chapters. But for now, tell me what you think. Was the reformation carried out well? Am I missing something in her progress? Feel free to tell me in the comments, join my Discord if you want to discuss some more. Thanks to my patrons, especially to Maverick, and until next time, fellow bonings, fellas, and bye.